called Runes, and each of the tracks is based around a different rune poem. Is that right?
Yeah.
So how did you kind of land on that concept?
Dreaming, and it kind of like just appeared to me, and it sounds like a really stonery thing to say, but I honestly am not a stoner, so like I don't know, generally like I run through ideas all the time. Like I've finished this album now, concept wise and lyrically, and you know all the metaphors involved with it, and I'm on to the next one. That's my part, that's my job, you know, and like it just came to me one day and I was like, okay, Runes is cool, I've always been interested in it. It's very fashionable at the moment as well, so obviously that inspired me a lot, seeing them used in very different things. Clothing lines use them, obviously a lot of campaigns are to do with runes now, and you know I was really interested in it, and yeah, and then I was like, that's a cool name, Runes is a cool name, and generally I'm not going to shy away from the fact that it was cool, and I think it's cool, and yeah, and then we but it was hard, it wasn't an easy task. I don't ever want to do anything that comes across like we don't understand what we're talking about. I had to do a lot of research into runes, and I had to make sure that conceptually all the lyrics worked with it, whether it was through a metaphor or actually anecdotally about the stories that run along with those runes. And it was a smooth but educated approach to writing an album, put it that way. I won't be doing it again, I tell you. It took a lot of work, but it all came across, and I think it works as well massively with all the themes. When I started delving more into it, you know, a lot of the stories run hand in hand with what you experience these days, with anecdotes, you know, with losing someone or falling in love, and as cliche as that sounds, but they all run hand in hand with modern day life. So
I think the part that I really enjoyed about the conception of the album was that we really, like, we've always done this when me and Dan brings an idea to me, and we sit there and we discuss it and we go through it all. We did the same on Union of Crowns, and we did the same with Portraits, and we like, you know, we've really enjoyed having these central themes. That it's not a concept album, but everything is linked. Like, everything is interlinked either with a theme or with an idea, and everything is connected. And the one thing that, you know, through different readings and when I was at school and just through higher education is the mythology behind the runes, which I thought linked very well in with the with what we were trying to say on this record. And you know, Union of Crowns was the Union of Crowns was the you know, a treaty that brought 5 countries together under one crown, and that echoed what we were. We were 5 guys coming together to create something. And you know, the idea of what Danny wanted to say lyrically on this album, you know, in mythology, like rune stones were used in order to see the future or see the truth that was in the past, and you know, that the divination behind them. And I thought that was, you know, echoed as well lyrically what Dan was going for, because you know, this album is a retrospective look at both what we've done and what we're aiming to do, but almost done from the past tense, you know, so it's looking at those albums as if they're in the future. And I thought that came across really well when he tied the runes in with it.
When it all comes out, it sounds very conceited, and,
yeah.
But it's not meant in that way. It's, you know, it was an album that just appeared, and you know, it's cool. It's come out great.